G'day folks, it's time for a sunrise bait fishing session. Hey you! You're watching Robbie Fishing. This morning I'm bait fishing at sunrise on this tributary of the Ovens River at a little weir. It's a bit of a mystery this, but I'm not sure what might lay in these waters. Let's get a line in and find out. Now I'm going to be using two rods, both baited with Jan Juck worms. This one is going to be unweighted. I'll put that out there and just let that sink where it wants to sink and deal with it in a minute. This one has got a paternoster rig. Now the one with the sinker I'll cast upstream. And that's because the one without the sinker could wash around a little bit, and wherever it moves it's always going to be downstream. So the one with the sinker is probably, the one without the sinker is probably going to take a few moments to settle, to find somewhere to sit. Now this spot here, this creek, is a tributary of the Ovens River. It runs into the Ovens River where there are a lot of cod and yellow belly. I fished here once about 10 years ago. I just wandered down. It's a local swimming spot. It's not really a fishing spot. And it actually dries up some years. Some years it doesn't flow at all, but it has flowed for the last few years. Now I came here, well, it's on a video, probably 8-9 years ago, and had a little tiny weeny micro spinnerbait, and I cast it out and I caught a small Murray cod, and I got quite a shock. I was not expecting that to happen. Since then it's dried out 2 or 3 times. It's been flowing now for a couple of years, and I don't know what to expect. I came here last year and I flicked a soft plastic around hoping to find a redfin. Never had a touch, absolutely nothing. And I'm getting a nibble now. I was flicking a soft plastic around and I caught nothing. I thought there might have been a redfin here. I reckon there's got to be something here, whether it's carp, there could be blackfish or trout that have come downstream from the headwaters of the creek. There could be carp, possibly even yellow belly or Murray cod that have come upstream. It's a bit of a mystery. Hopefully I can catch something and find out what's in here. I just had a nibble a moment ago, so that's a good start. Something's playing with my worms here. There it goes. Missed it. That was quite a nice bite. Oh, that's a good sign. I'll get them worms straight back out where they were. It's really quite deep out there. There's a bite straight away. Got him. Whoa! Oh, damn it. Well, whatever that was, it wasn't a blackfish because it was big. Could have been a carp. Could have been anything. I felt a bit of weight. Oh, I've hooked one straight away. That's a good sign. There's a bite. He's on there. He's on there. He's on there. Oh, it's a decent sized fish. Oh, I've hooked up. I was just in the middle of taking a photo. Bit of weight in this fish. Wrap me around some snags. No, he's off. I think he's got some snags in him. It's just a very heavy weight, but it is coming in. It's wrapped me around some snags. Bugger! He snapped the line, but I don't think it was from sheer force. I think the line might have been wrapped around some snags, and then it broke the line. The snags were probably taking the rod's designed to bend to absorb that weight, but I think wrapped around the snags don't bend and the line snapped. Well, that's very unfortunate, isn't it? Righto, third time lucky, a whole new paternoster rig. It's a carpy looking bite. Missed it. I'm going to catch a fish here this morning, I can just feel it. I was just about to have a look and see if I've got a split shot to put on this unweighted worm, and I started getting a bite on the paternoster rod again. What if I hold it? It's pulling and got him! Big fish, gotta be a carp. Keep it up out of the snags, Robert. Right, now I think I've got this one. I think I'm going to land this one. It's a carpio, I think, by the looks of it. As expected. Hey, hey, hey. Uh-oh, now it's tangled up with the unweighted worm. What if I go under here? Oh no. It's in a hell of a mess here. It's under the other line, and oh, look at the other line, look. Oh good, it just got off. The fish didn't get off, it got off the tangled line. This is a big mud marlin. So much weight in it. I'm going to have to pull this other line in somehow, I think. Right. Before disaster strikes. So I hope this carp doesn't take me into the snags where the first fish took me. Haven't even got a good look at it yet. I can just tell it's a carp by the fight. And it is. Do we have confirmation of carpio? Yep. We have carp formation. It's actually not a massive carp. I felt like a bloody 60 or 70 centimetre carp, but just by a quick look then it didn't even look like 50. I bring it down here where the ground's a little bit more tapered. Come on, Carpio. Alright. I'm on the board. Look at the photo of it like that, I reckon. Right, now all the dirty work's done. That carp has just gone over them rapids down there and he's not feeling very well. I might put a fresh worm on because that's a bit mangled and get my line back in. I'm on the board. Right, a couple of fresh worms on my paternoster rig and I'll put that straight back out. There will be a link in the video description below to where you can buy these Jan Juck worms. You've got to get them online. There are some shops that sell them. I'm not exactly sure where the stockists are. Alright, the unweighted worm now has a running sinker rig on it. Just so that I can get it out a bit deeper over there and keep it down a bit. Here we go. The paternoster rig's getting a bit of a nibble again here. There we go, he's pulling and got him. Another carpio, not as big this one. Might be a small carpio. Certainly not fighting as hard, it is a small carpio. Carp number 2. Carp number 2. I won't get a photo, I'll just show you him in all his glory with my action camera. 2 on the board. Alright, I've re-baked it. I've got 2 worms. One's the old worm that just caught that carp and I've put a fresh worm on with it. 1 worm for freshness, 1 worm for bulk. Here we go. That's another carpio looking bite and got him. Oh! He got off. He got off. That certainly had the carp feel about it. The drag was a little bit too tight, I think. I'm surprised the line didn't snap. If there's one thing I don't like about this reel, it's a, forget what it's called, a Shimano Katana. The Shimano Katana reel. I had to look to see what it was called. It's actually quite a nice reel. I don't like the fact that it doesn't have an anti-reverse. Well, there's a bite straight away. Straight away I had a bite then. I don't like the fact this reel doesn't have an anti-reverse, but I know that I do have to get used to it because more and more reels are coming out without an anti-reverse. Yep, got him, and it's a carp. I reckon it's wrapped around a snag too, because it's just pulling down and not going left and right. That's exactly what's happened. Whatever, it's still on there. I can feel it kicking. So okay, I can feel the line rubbing on something. What if I give it some slack and see how that goes? There must be a log or a snag or something down there. This fish is swimming with my line. It's almost like it's under a log or something. The fish is still there. Go on, snap me off again. Yeah, it's rubbing under a log. It might even be some of these, there are rocks. It could be rubbing under rocks. Whatever it is, it's making it challenging to land these fish. New rig, new me. Right, out there. Go, here we go, he's on. Don't go up there where the snags are, mate. It's all happening on the paternoster rig. The rod on the left started with an unweighted. Oh, don't tell me he's gone around that same snag as every other fish. No, it's off. Went around a different snag. The rod on the left has started unweighted down there, then I moved it further and further to the point where, oh, it's a big one, this one. This is the biggest one of the lot. To the point where they're now about 1.5 meters apart, and I'm still getting all the bites on the paternoster rig. This is a big one. Where's my phone? I'm going to go picky this one if I don't lose it. The first one went the hardest. This one's the heaviest. What a stunning location for a sunrise bait fishing session. What a big carp this is. This is high 60s, I reckon. I might even try and get a measurementation on this one. Come on, mate, come on. Beached brew. That's a big carp. I stopped filming thinking I was going to get a photo when he kicked back in. I didn't quite land him properly. I thought I'll stop filming, I'll get a photo and I'll measure it. And then while I was getting my tape out of my little tackle box, it got a burst of energy. There's a bit of a carp plague happening here in southeastern Australia at the moment, and I wonder how many little baby carp this one contributed to that plague. That's a big fish. It's going to end up wet. Oh, up you get. Up you get. Stop stuffing around. Out of the water. Oh, big. Big. How big? Alright, there's the 0. 69 centimetres big. .69 centimetre mud marlin. Oh, the running sinker rig's getting a bite. He's on there too. Got him. First one of hey, don't bait the line. Right, this reel's got an anti-reverse. That makes it a bit easier. Haven't got my line back in after catching that 69 centimetre monster. Yeah, this is turning out to be a proper carp bash, this is. Misty morning monster mud marlin. This camera battery's about to die. Oh, here we go, here we go. Getting closer. Not as monstrous as the last one. I was sort of hoping I might get a redfin or a yellow belly or something that might have swum up in the recent floods, but she's a bit of a carp creek by the looks of it. I reckon there's got to be something else in here. First proper bite on the running sinker rig. Bring it down here. It's easier to land them down here because the sand's a bit more tapered, not as steep. I reckon this one's about 50-ish. Oh, how I love the anti-reverse. The other reel doesn't have one. Here you go, mate. Trying to get you down here in this corner. The local kids might not want to swim here anymore now that they know how big some of the fish are in here. Or were. I wonder how many are still in there. I've taken, what, 5 out. They must be stacked up in there. Here we go, getting closer. Almost. He's got a bit of a red lesion or something on his head. Looks a bit yuck. Right, rather than a photo, I'll just do the camera pan. Panning, panning, panning. Dirty mud marlin. Gee, I didn't place myself here very well. I can't see a thing now that the sun's up. Alright. That was out there. I'm putting them both back in at the same time here. Misty morning monster mud marlin. Right, I've had to change the angle of the dangle so that I can see my fishing rods. I was looking straight into the sun. Quite a nice view to look at while I wait for the next bite. Which is right now. Got it. Oh, it's wrapped me around what it's off. I don't know what's down there, but the fish keep wrapping me around it. It's wrapped around something. I don't know what's down there. This is a pretty heavy fish. It's just broken free from whatever it is. This is high sticking, what I'm doing now, holding the rod up really high. High sticking just to try and lift it up out of the snags. And you should never high stick with a graphite fishing rod. This is my JD Rods custom rod that I had made for me by JD Rods Custom Rods. John Darley, he's a bit of a legend and he does an amazing job making fishing rods. This is Carp Central, this spot. Right, that will do. Push you up by the tail, mate. Got him! Carpylicious. Well, I've just put 2 more Jan Juck worms on and they're the last 2 I'm going to put on. I'm just feeding all my worms to the carp here. I'm having a lot of fun doing it though. I'll put this in. Whenever I lose a bait on either of the rods, that's it, it can stay out. Now for anybody that might be wondering what I'm doing with the carp that I'm catching, I'm killing them as quickly as I can, as humanely as I can, and I'm just throwing them on the downstream side of them rapids to be taken away. And the reason being, because this is the local swimming hole. Kids come here to swim, families come here to swim and have fun. And they don't want to walk down the bank here, down to this lovely sandbar, and find dead carp and maggots and a really horrible smell. No matter where you're carp fishing, you've always got to be mindful of other people using the waterway. If this was on private property or somewhere where no one ever goes, I'd probably just throw them up on the bank and it wouldn't be a problem. But here it's a public place. It's a secluded public place, but it is popular with the locals. And I don't want to make the place stink of dead carp. So by throwing them over there, letting the current take them away, it's taking the smell and any potential flies and maggots and crap with it, and it's just keeping the place nice and clean for the locals. Got him. All that action happened early this morning, and the last probably half an hour I've sat here without as much as a nibble. You've got to get me drag right, I've turned it the wrong way. What am I doing? I'm making it too loose. All that action this morning happened in the first hour and a bit, and the last half an hour I've sat here without as much as a nibble. There's some weight in this fish. I reckon this might be another big 70 centimetre model perhaps. Oh, gone, he got off. He got off. Right, now after that fish getting off, I'm going to fish with just one rod for a while. but I put it up there where I was getting all the bites on the paternoster rig. There it goes. Got him. First one for ages. Right. And it's a big one. Right over there on the current. Here we go. He's right up there in that top corner. It's thrown me around all that stuff. I've got no hope of landing this fish. Oh no, he's back out. He's doing his best to escape. It's hard to believe. Oh, now what's it wrapped around? I had all that action earlier this morning, and then it's just gone so quiet. The morning bite, carp bite window. I'm gonna get wet here. That's a big carp. He's got an issue with his eye. I'm gonna get a photo of that one. Well, the biggest one today is 69 centimetres. This one is 66. Not quite as big, but still a big fish. Thank you all for watching. You're legends, a lot of yous.